Hello everyone, welcome back to art. Today we are going to be working on overlapping pumpkins. So last year we learned how to make single pumpkins. So I'll put out what I just did with kindergarten. So you hopefully will remember this from last year. Last year we made a pumpkin using simple shapes, mainly the oval in the middle, and then a C is what I call it. 2 C's on this side and 2 backward C's on this side. And then we worked on shading the object using the shape of the object so it looks more realistic. And then we also talked a little bit about texture. So this is something that I just did with kindergarten. Now for the next step, for second grade and for first grade, we're going to work a little bit about overlapping. So if we were in class, I would ask you the question, what does overlapping mean? And if we were in class, we would be talking about how overlapping simply means that one object is placed. Let's just place my hand on the table. When you overlap, that means that another object comes in front of that. So I can see part of my first hand, and I can tell that it's my hand, but I have this other object that has been placed on top of it. So that's what it means to have something overlap. Same thing if I were to have I want to see if I can do my water bottle and then my hand. If I were to draw that, I could draw my hand first, and then I could place the water bottle on top of that, and I could make sure that I put my water bottle is really filthy. It's been banged up all over the place. You would put that object in front of that hand down in your art. All right, so there are some tricks. A lot of art is all about tricks, and these tricks make art seem very magical when really it's just little tiny things that you do here and there to make those tricks seem really special and seem really amazing. So I have here 3 overlapping pumpkins. I've got one really tall one in the background, and then I've got a little baby pumpkin, and then a medium-sized one in front. I started this one, didn't quite finish the sky, but I've got 2 pumpkins, and this one is in front of this one. I got even less fur on this one. I've got a big, huge pumpkin here, and then I drew a shorter, tiny one, and this one is behind it. So there are little tiny tricks along the way so you can see how to make objects overlap. So there's going to be 2 things that I'm going to show you today. You are going to need a white piece of paper. You're definitely going to need a pencil. Do not do this with crayon. You're going to need an eraser. All right, so those are going to be what we start off with because we're just going to focus on the drawing of the overlapping pumpkins today. So I'm going to hit pause, get those items out, and I will meet you back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to work on drawing overlapping shapes. So before we get into pumpkins, I wanted to show you a much simpler shape for my examples. I'm going to teach you 2 different methods today. One is the air draw method, and the second method is the erase method. All right, so if I were to do the air draw method, I'm just going to pick a very simple shape like a ball. So let's just say that we have one ball or one marble, and this ball is by itself. Now, if I want another ball to come along, and this ball is going to be in front, if I'm going to do the air draw method, I'm going to start drawing my ball. Then when I get to the edge of that first ball, I'm going to pick up my pencil, and I'm going to air draw that shape. Now, when I get to the edge of that first ball, I'm just going to continue my shape, and I'm going to draw that ball. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to practice on this side too. It's like, okay, I'm drawing another ball. This ball is behind. I get to the edge of the first ball. I pick up my pencil. I air draw, get to the edge, and then I finish my first ball. And it would really help too if I started coloring my balls different colors. You don't want to draw or color them the same colors, because you really want to make sure that it's clear that those are 3 separate balls. All right, so that is the air draw method. Now, the other method that I want to show you is the erase method. And this erase method is really fun because you can do a lot of different things with it. So for example, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the same exact shape. I'm going to draw my first ball. Now I'm going to draw my second ball. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ignore that first shape. And I'm just going to draw. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase that line that the second ball made. I'm going to erase. All of a sudden, I've got my 2 overlapping balls. Now I can do that on the other side as well. I'm going to just ignore, and I'm going to draw my ball. Then I'm going to erase the line of that third ball. Now I've got this ball in front of these 2 other balls. Now the fun thing that you can do with this is that you can erase the different lines to change your mind. In this first one, it's very clear that this ball is the one that's in front, and it's in front of these 2 other balls. Say I want to make this ball in front of all of the balls, then I would draw that line and I would erase the line of that second ball, or that first ball that I drew. So this is now my first ball, this is my second ball, and then this is my third ball. And they look like they're all in a line. So you can play around with that erase method. So these are the 2 ways that you can draw overlapping shapes. All right, so go ahead and practice that. Try it with balls, try it with squares, try it with different shapes. Just give it a go, play around with it, and see what happens. It's a lot of fun.